Today I just want to talk very briefly about clickers. It's something I get asked about quite a lot. There are different types on the market, and although people understand what they do, they're not sure which option that they should go for. So we'll just have a quick look at three different types and the benefits, cons of each one. Okay, so the first type is probably the most basic. This one screws directly onto your bow. Every bow has a screw port here which you can affix a clicker to. They come in different thread sizes, so you need to just check your bow first of all before you select the type of thread that you want. You have the 332, the M4 and the 440. All different thread types, so just check your bow to make sure which fits. This particular one, little D-cut, comes with two screw types. Some of them are only single, so just be sure what you're doing. So this affixes here. They're usually adjustable in length, and you can also vary the angle of them. Most bows will come with either a plate that screws on here to extend to the front so the clicker can still hit against something, or they'll have a screw-on round extender that goes on here, and that's just for this to click against it. Okay, so basically that means that you can adjust this slightly to accommodate the length of your arrow, but in most cases you'll still have to cut the arrow to suit, and we'll come on to that shortly as to how the clicker works in conjunction with your arrows. Okay, the second type is this type. This actually mounts underneath the side mount. You can see on here, it's just a flat plate that goes underneath and it extends forwards of the bow, and you then have a magnetic piece here which clicks back. This can be adjusted very slightly by bending the arm itself, but there isn't a great deal of adjustment in them, so again you would need to have your arrows cut to suit this clicker or this type of clicker. There are some you can get which again mount under here, and they actually come with a bent arm which has a slider on it, and this will give you probably about an inch, 2.5 centimetres of adjustment to accommodate your arrow length. The third type actually attaches to the sight arm itself. This means that you can actually adjust this up and down the arm, so you've got a huge range of adjustment on it. And again, it comes with the magnetic clicker. Now, these cost more than the two previous ones that I showed you. Okay, so that's the three roughly different types of clicker that you can get. What you have to bear in mind with these is that they have to work in conjunction with your arrow, which has obviously been matched to your bow. So the poundage of your bow determines the spine of your arrow. So if currently your arrows are shooting straight, they're not fishtailing, they're not porpoising, and they're just right for your bow, what you have to bear in mind is that when you cut your arrow, you're going to change the characteristics of the spine of the arrow. Roughly speaking, for every inch you cut off of an arrow, you will take it up a spine. So if, for example, you have a 31-inch stock length arrow that's shooting perfectly for you, and you want to fit the first clicker that we looked at, the basic one, you'll have to cut it. If you've got a draw length of 28 inches, you probably need to cut your arrow to 29 and a half to accommodate. Therefore, you're cutting 1.5 inches off your arrow, so you've taken it up 1.5 spines. That will change the flight characteristics of your arrow. It'll affect your accuracy. So for example, you can see on these two arrows, they are two different diameters. One's a 16-16, one's a 19-16. If I were to cut 3 inches off of the 16-16 arrow, its characteristics will be more like the 19-19 arrow. So although the cheap clicker seems like a good idea, you'll then have to pay to have your arrows cut, and they may not necessarily be suitable for the poundage of bow that you're shooting anymore. So although this type of clicker is more expensive, you can keep the arrows that you're shooting with and that you're happy with, and you can adjust the clicker to suit the arrows. Whereas with the other ones, you'll have to cut your arrows to suit the clicker. Hope this has been of help to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.